There is a plan. Trust in the process. We are very open to any of your suggestions about making life better there on planet Earth. We know that you are the ones living what you are living, and we are the ones who are observing it, without having to go through all of the steps and processes that you do. Therefore, we listen. We take into account the fact that you are having an experience of life there on Earth that we could not possibly have. We know that you are the experts because you are on the ground floor. You are at the density that makes things seem harder and take longer for you. We can only imagine what that is like. We want you to know that we hear your prayers. We hear you when you are speaking to us out loud and in your head, and we communicate with many of you when you are travelling in the astral plane. Many of you will connect to us and sit with us for a while and inform us of what you could use more of. Lately, we have been hearing from many individuals that there is a need for more support around helping those who are in your lives and who are suffering. Sometimes you offer assistance and they do not take it. Other times you offer suggestions and they cannot hear you because of where they are vibrating. Other times you offer help and give it, and it backfires. We know that you want us to help accelerate the awakening process for the other individuals in your lives who are suffering. We also want you to realize that you have a person in your life who is suffering because that is an experience that you need and want to have. That means it is a part of your journey to attain inner peace within yourselves, even when someone else has been unable or unwilling to do so. They are giving you a chance to be unconditional love. They are giving you a chance to be love in the face of the condition they are presenting you with, which is their suffering. We know that it is hard on all of you who see their suffering as being created by themselves, by the choices that they make, and through the vibration that they offer. We want to encourage all of you to just send love and hold space, and stop racking your brains about what the magic words will be that they will finally hear. Instead, open your hearts and feel into the reality that they are seeking to be in themselves, however, do not have a roadmap to. You do not have to have the roadmap either. However, you can find the vibration of it, and you can match the vibration of it within yourselves. And you can emanate that vibration so strongly that they cannot help but pick up on it from you. And then they will at least know what the reality they are seeking to be in feels like. That will give them so much. That will give them so much more than what they could get through words and actions. You will always teach others through the living of your lives, and as you continue to vibrate in harmony with what you want, and make the choices that serve you, the other people in your life will follow suit. They will see that what you are doing is working for you, and they will want to follow in your footsteps. Therefore, trust in that process as well. Trust that they have guides. Trust that they have a higher self, a galactic team, and so many other helpers, and take the burden off your shoulders to make everything better and right for them. They will find their way. There is only one way, and it is up. And we are all travelling up together back home to Source. That includes everyone who is suffering on Earth right now. Therefore, take a deep breath when you see them suffering, and know that there is a plan and there is a path, and that someday, somehow, they will find it. We are sensing a huge spike because those of you who are awake are playing more active roles in helping your fellow humans. And it is also a time when more humans are waking up through having their own unique experiences. It is so much better for someone to experience something than to just be told about it, and all humans have guides, higher selves, and other helpers who know this, and who plan these awakening experiences for them. And then some humans question their sanity, question whether it really happened, or whether it happened the way they remember it, and that is when they will turn to you. You are the experts. You are the ones who have been down that path already. You have paved the way for so many humans. So when you wonder what you are supposed to be doing at this point in your life, just know that as you continue having your own unique experiences of awakening, you are gathering up all the tools that you will need to assist others when they come to you. You are also anchoring energies at this time for the collective that are meant to help with the blossoming of the consciousness of each and every member of the human collective. These energies are about helping the others, the unawakened, even when they are not asking for your help. These energies are about making the transition easier on them. They are about giving your fellow humans everything that they need in order to have their experiences of awakening, so that they can assimilate everything that they are downloading all by themselves. It is a wonderful time to be there as helpers, because as the helpers you are also receiving so much help. You are able to allow in so much from above, from the higher realms. Everything that you have been waiting for is coming, and you must be the ones who demonstrate that trust to your fellow humans, because there will still be those who would rather spread the ideas of doom and gloom all around your planet. It is up to the awakened collective to stay positive. It is up to all of you to trust that everything will work out, and everything is working out, and you will have a much more joyous ride when you take on those perspectives as your own. All the assistance that you give also helps you. It helps you to become who you are destined to become with greater ease. You have, of course, your own experiences that are coming that will help with your continued awakening, your continued evolution, and your continued ascension. No one and no thing can take that away from you. And that is something else you need to remember. Because again, there will be those who will tell you that your ascension is in jeopardy because of this or that. Notice that the doom and gloomers always find something else to be worried about, to assume is being used against you. Let go of that mentality, because you need to see everything and everyone as you, if you are truly to be awake. The truth that needs to be embraced is that you are the one creating it all. All the villains and all their dastardly deeds are your creation. Therefore, if you do not want to exist in a reality where there are villains and there are deeds that are unimaginable to you, then raise your vibration and trust. As we said earlier, trust, because you and everyone else there on earth who has yet to awaken is getting everything that you need, and it is coming to you right now. As we have said, we can feel it. We feel the difference that the current energies have made, and we know that you will continue to build upon the positivity that we can feel. That is how much trust we have in all of you as the awakened collective. You all have these incredible opportunities in front of you to take what you are being given and merge it with all your experiences, all your knowledge of what is truly needed there on earth. And you can combine all of that to create new realities, new timelines, and a better experience of life on earth right now. We know that you would rather hear us tell you that you are going to complete the shift at the end of this calendar year, or that all the good humans are going to be scooped up by starships and taken to a much better place. However, that is not what you signed up for. That is not the journey of the awakened human. The journey that you are on right now is a journey that includes all beings, and it is a journey where you get to create your experience of your own ascension. Instead of looking for someone else's perspective on what your ascension will be like and when it will happen, we suggest that you start to feel more creative. Empower yourselves. Demonstrate to yourselves that you are capable of creating your own path. A path that includes forgiving others, healing as many as you can, and holding compassion in your hearts for all. How else will you demonstrate to yourselves that you are source energy in the flesh? Should someone or something do it all for you, you would continue to carry all your resentment, your judgment, and all of your anger with you to the next version of Earth, and would have missed the opportunity for yourself to evolve. You would have robbed yourself of the ride, the journey if someone or something outside of you were to rescue humanity from itself. When you hear about the atrocities that are taking place right there on your planet and elsewhere in your solar system, look within yourselves for what triggers inside of you. Look within yourselves for what you need to heal or forgive. For you have not always been on the light side of the spectrum. You have lived past lives where you have played in the dark, where you have pretended to be the villains, the bad guys, the ones that many would condemn to so much suffering. Now is not the time for condemnation. Now is the time for introspection and creation. And we know that those of you who receive these messages can understand us when we lay this out for you, and we hand you the keys to the kingdom, and tell you that you are the ones who are creating the rest of the journey. We are simply enjoying watching you all grow, expand, evolve, and ascend. We know that feeling your feelings is a tall order. It is a very challenging thing to have to do. We know that being love in the face of hate is not easy. We know that very few people there on Earth at this time would even attempt it. However, we know that we are speaking to that segment of the population who know how powerful it is to be love in the face of everything that is out there in the world. We see this as your job, your purpose, no matter who you are, no matter what you do for a living. We see your purpose as choosing to be love in the face of all that is not knowing itself as love. Everything is source, and therefore everything is love, no matter how it looks, no matter how it is acting or speaking in any given moment. The job of the awakened light worker is to see the love, to feel it, to look beyond the shroud of darkness over it. That is what you are there to do. That is how you are helping. It is the most effective thing you can do to change yourself, change your life, and change your world. The only trick is that sometimes you have to go through your own darkness to get to it, and that is uncomfortable. That is a tall order. No one really wants to do that, but it is what you are there to do. It is what you signed up to do, and you are the ones because you are receiving this message. Not everyone even wants to receive the call to do this. Certainly this message does not come wrapped in shiny, alluring packaging. We are telling you that it is hard to get to that place, and we know that it is hard to be willing to look at the darkness that shrouds the love. However, we also know that there is nothing more satisfying. In the end, everyone is going to do it, no matter where they are now on their journey. You just happen to be the leaders of the movement, and the movement is a movement of love. Love heals all. Love binds us all together. And love is what we are all moving towards. It is our home base. We cannot help but go there, because all paths ultimately lead to love. However, when you know that, and you know how to aim yourself in that direction, what an easier and smoother ride you have, and how much more enjoyable it is. We enjoy watching you do it, and we invite you to join us in watching yourselves and appreciating yourselves on this journey. And what a magical and wonderful journey it is. We have noticed that more and more of you have been able to witness your own thoughts, beliefs, and tendencies. And we have noticed so many humans stopping themselves from repeating patterns that were set into place before they were born into their physical bodies. You have been gifted with the power of awareness. This is a power that few possess in terms of the entirety of the human population. However, there is enough awareness to bring us to this point of positive expectation. The more of you who have that awareness, the more you lead others into it. Your willingness to look within yourselves for these unconscious tendencies is inspiring. You are helping your fellow humans to awaken with your ability to see how your programming started and how to dismantle it. You are doing a tremendous job of letting go of what no longer serves you. And by doing so, you are making it easier for the rest of humankind to do the same. As we have said many times before, you are the leaders. You are the ones that others will turn to when they are in their time of need, or when they cannot make sense of something in their experience. You who have been willing to be the black sheep, the outcasts, the fringe dwellers, you are the ones. Therefore, many are benefiting from your willingness to be so far outside the norm. They are benefiting from your willingness to do something as radical as questioning your own thoughts and beliefs. The more you tune out from all the information that is coming at you, and tune in to what you have inside of you, the more you will discover that this power of self-awareness is something that is easier for you to teach others than just about anything else that you could do. You are already helping so many, and there are so many more who will benefit from this willingness that you have to be aware and to change. You are inspiring so many throughout the galaxy, with the degree to which you are awake and aware, and you are receiving so much more support as a result. This trend will continue. We know this because we know that you are on this continual upward spiral, and we know that this is a huge component in all of you continuing to make that forward progress. We are feeling very abundant at this time because we are working so much with energy, and because we have so many new friends to love. We know that abundance is an important issue on your world, and that you want to see a lot of changes to the systems that you have in place. It is time for these changes to come. However, you must still be patient, as you still must live in the world that you are in right now. So what can you do then to feel more abundant? What can you focus on and feel in your body, in your chakras, and in your energy field? You can feel an abundance of energy because it is all around you, and there is more coming all the time. You can feel an abundance of love because you are infinite and eternal love. You can breathe in an abundance of air and transform yourself through that very simple act. You live on a world and at a time where there is so much outside of you that is shiny, sparkly, or loud. There is so much that is trying to get your attention, which makes it more challenging to look in your immediate surroundings and within yourself for everything that you need. You have it all because you exist, and because you are all that is. We can continually repeat this, however it will not matter unless you let that truth in. Let it sink in. Let yourselves feel the abundance of the love that you are, and that flows to you and through you always. On top of all of that, you are very lucky because you have an abundance of people on your world that you can love. You do not have to pick and choose which ones you love and which ones you hold back. Simply love them all, as they are you. You can love all. You can be abundant. You can be more of source with that very important decision that you can make to breathe consciously and to love more, to feel more, and to expand and become the more that you are destined to become. And you do not even have to leave your home to do this. However, we recommend that you find a nice patch of earth to connect to and to ground yourself into. The earth is such an abundant being, and you have so much to receive from her. You have just scratched the surface of what she can bring to you energetically. Do yourselves a favour and feel abundant for a little while, at least once a day, and transform yourselves and your life experience from the inside out. We are very close to all of you who have opened yourselves up to us. Many of you want to know what your history is in our star system, and what your history is with us. And we want to assure you that you have a present with us, a future with us, and a past with us. The same holds true with our star system. You will feel like you are returning home when you visit our star system on a ship for the first time in this lifetime. This will be the case for many of you when you go to the Pleiadian system, the Sirian system, the Andromedan system, and so on, because you have a history that spans eons of time and goes back much further than the beginning of humanoid life there on planet Earth. You are starting to piece together your own galactic history and all your experiences throughout the galaxy by connecting with beings and collectives like us right now. We are inviting you to feel for the resonance that exists within you with those like us from other parts of the galaxy. And when you do resonate, you recognize that there is a part of you in us, a part of us in you, and you notice that the system that we come from feels like home to you. You are so much bigger and more expansive than you have previously imagined. You have so much more to experience regarding yourselves. You have so much to remember about yourselves. We want you to know that, as do all the other collectives that are coming through all across the world at this time. Part of your awakening is your awakening to the truth of who you really are as a galactic being, as universal beings, and as source energy beings. We assist in illuminating one aspect of who you are to you, so that you can feel that and follow that thread. You can go home right now by reaching into your heart space and feeling for the presence of Arcturus, the presence of the Pleiades, the presence of Sirius. It is all inside of you. It is getting activated more and more every day, and there will be more groups coming through, more humans all the time, because there are many pieces to the puzzle that is you, and we are helping you to recognize that. However, we are not alone. Therefore, we invite you to explore what others are bringing through. We are not interested in a captive audience. We know that as you experience other beings from other star systems coming through channelers and messages, you will experience more of your whole selves. That is what we want for you. We want you to feel your wholeness now, rather than sitting around waiting for ships to land. That day will come. However, you are there now. You are meant to live in the present moment, and in this moment you have access to so much more of your galactic self when you give yourself access to it. And we are just happy that we can help in this process of evolution. Te wana, tawa, te awa.